Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be reviewing the S.H.Figuarts Orange Piccolo from the movie Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Now, to preface this, I have watched the movie and I did quite like Orange Piccolo. I liked Piccolo in general in the movie, actually. I think it was more his movie than it was Gohan's, and I liked this transformation way more than Gohan Beast because we got to see way more of it. Now, this figure is kind of light on accessories, but to be fair, there's not a whole lot to do on it. But I feel like it is slightly light on accessories because it comes with the last DLC piece for the S.H.Figuarts Ultimate Gohan. Now, without wasting too much time, we'll quickly go over the box. So there's a clear window into the front with a big promo image on the side, promo images running along the side for comic book style. On the back are a bunch of different shots, as well as a little highlight of the DLC piece for the Ultimate Gohan, as well as a clear window with the character's name. And on the bottom is again the character's name with a last promo image with Orange Piccolo written on it. All of these comic book panels have got this sort of bronze goldy look to it, which is consistent across the entire superhero range. And when you fold out the side, it completes the promo image and it has Orange Piccolo just walking towards you, and I think it looks really good. Now, taken out of the box, you can see what he comes with. So he's got 4 faces, a Kamehameha effect for Ultimate Gohan, or realistically any Gohan, if you can make the hand fit. He's got 6 pairs of hands, so fists, blast hands, and sort of semi-open hands, as well as hands for Gohan with a peg to connect to the Kamehameha. So, like I said, not a huge selection of accessories, but it is pretty much what you need for him. It would have been nice to have an effect part all his own, but it is what it is. I have seen people repurpose the effect part to fit between his fingers, so I guess you can kind of make it work. But yeah, I wish he had something that was all his own, or slightly more unique hands, like if he had a special beam cannon. Even though I know that didn't happen in the movie, it did happen in the Xenoverse game, and I thought that was really, really cool. But anyway, taken out of the box and put on a rotating display, man, he looks really good. He's quite a decently tall figure, and we will do a size comparison for that later, but he just looks good. He's tall, chunky, all of the joints feel quite good, and the colors and sculpt work are really good. Now, much like a lot of the modern S.H.Figuarts, not a whole lot of paint is present on this figure, but what is here is pretty good. In particular, the shading throughout his gi, I think it makes the sort of light purple pop quite well, and the paintwork on his muscles looks really good. And of course, the modern design of the faces with the hard line work looks really, really good. Now, this figure also shares the same torso design as the Beast Gohan, which is this rubberized gi piece to make everything seem way more seamless, with the actual joints being internal. Now, the problem with that for the Beast Gohan was that it restricted the movement of the figure itself, and the same is true for this Orange Piccolo, and we will be going over that in posability. But first up, here's a quick size comparison. So here he is next to Gohan Beast, and you can see he is adequately large. And here he is next to Full Power Broly, and Full Power Broly is quite large. I think he's about the same height as the second form Frieza and final form Cooler, so you can see how Orange Piccolo stacks up. And here he is next to Masterpiece Bumblebee. This is a bootleg Bumblebee, but it's based on the same actual mold. So he's got a ball joint at the head. The head does pop off pretty easily, but it's also easy to put back on, so it doesn't really get in the way. He can look up that far, which isn't that great, to be honest, but he can look down decently well for the sculpt, and the neck can move accordingly. Not that much, because it is sort of restricted by the chest muscles as well. The arm can move out that far. There's a swivel at the upper arm, as well as a double bend at the elbow. And if you bend the arm just a little bit, you can see the sort of inner workings of the arm sort of break the sculpt, which is a bit of a shame, but it doesn't matter too much. There is also a ball hinge at the wrist and a butterfly at the upper arm. And the posable, or the bendable gi does get in the way of that butterfly, so you can pretty much just push forward, which is a little bit of a shame. So next up is the chest. So he does have decent waist rotation, which allows you to do some ab crunch type stuff, but the actual ab is restricted by the bendable gi, which kind of sucks. But fortunately, you can use the rest of the figure's posability to get by. You can do a little bit of a side to side as well as a full rotation. He can kick up this far, which is okay. Can kick barely any far back because of the sculpted in butt. He's got a double bend at the knee, as well as a thigh rotation. He's got a rotation at the upper ankle. He's got a very, very slight ankle bend and a slight ankle tilt, as well as a toe bend. So think of it as the Ultimate Gohan figure, or just the 3.0 body, just sort of buffed up. And that's a close enough approximation to what this figure really is. It's fine, it's not too crazy, but the size of the figure and sort of feel make up for it, because I do feel quite confident in moving it around just because of its size and the joint tolerances. And one cool thing I do like that you can see his muscles peeking out in the gi, which is consistent with the superhero line, and I think that's also consistent with the superhero movie because Piccolo's design changed slightly in that movie. So Piccolo comes with 4 faces. He's got the standard neutral face that he comes in, which looks really good. He's got a teeth-gritted angry face. He's got a mouth open yelling face. And my favourite, which is the smile looking to the side face, which works really, really well. And it pairs really well with Gohan Beast, and it would be nice if we had like a folded arm accessory or something like that to sort of mirror Gohan as well. But I think all of these faces are enough to get you by and get him into some semi-dynamic poses. But again, it's just what you need. And I think the smiling face adds just a little bit of sass to the figure and looks quite nice. But yeah, he comes with what he needs, nothing too crazy, and I'm decently happy with what we've got. Now, the Kamehameha effect is the same as the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I believe, which was the first one to do sort of like the peg Kamehameha, and it's just the same thing, just painted in a different colour. I do quite like the colour that we've got here. The solid blue to clear looks quite nice. And yeah, you can get a pretty nice looking Gohan out of this, and you can swap it out with the Beast Gohan if you so choose, or realistically any figure of the same sort of scale. And yeah, it's a solid figure. There's nothing too crazy about it. It is a bit of a shame, the whole figurine DLC thing, but like if you've already got Beast Gohan, Ultimate Gohan, and Orange Piccolo, which I think are probably the must-haves in the line, it shouldn't really bother you too much. You get Ultimate Gohan with an effect piece then. Even if you just do Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo, he can still use the Kamehameha, so like it works pretty well. And I can imagine we'll be getting a Cell Max that's supersized at some point. It feels like they're ready for that, and it's a little bit annoying, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, Orange Piccolo is just another solid release. I don't think it's the best thing they've done this year, but it is one of the best looking figures they've done this year. And it's everything it needs to be. It feels solid, can stand on its own, and just looks good from pretty much every angle. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just an all-round solid figure. But I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time.